Hi. As you can tell by the title, I am going to be attempting to make the perfect first YouTube video today. Interrupting myself super quickly, just to give y'all a disclaimer, I filmed this on my phone and I had a crack across the lens of my phone while I filmed this, so some of the clips have a glare right here because of that. I'm super sorry about that. I'm just gonna need you to really try your best to ignore that is there. And I just want to let you know about that. So I'm super sorry. And if that makes you really upset, I really do apologize. But there's no going back, so here we are. Secondly, if you're here to make fun of me, I would really prefer that you let me protect my peace here and you protect yours. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's actually it. So I'm gonna let myself continue with this video. Goodbye. I've been really interested in making videos and editing since I was like 7 years old and I first got my iPad and discovered what YouTube was, but I have never really done what I truly wanted with that, which is YouTube. So I decided that now, at my big age, I am going to finally pursue it. So these past few weeks, I have been trying to figure out how to make this perfect first video. And the main advice that I found was to just press record, learn how to edit, make your thumbnail first, and stick to one niche. I'm gonna let y'all know right now, will not be sticking to one niche because I'm not really sure what niche I could possibly fit into at all, except maybe being a geek. Don't tell me. Bitch, please don't let that scare you. I promise I'm mostly normal. Maybe. My name is Lily. I am a junior in college, struggling my way through a STEM degree. Hashtag women in STEM. Unite. Let's go. I yap a lot about random things that pop into my mind or things that I've been watching lately, which usually consist of a lot of podcasts. You know, that's just the vibes with me. I also like to talk about old Disney shows from the 2000s, YouTube drama, and also why it is completely normal to dip your chicken tenders in mayo. If you were ever debating that, just know it's very normal. Okay? So actually, that's the end of that discussion. YouTube has been a strong interest of mine my whole life since the first day I got my iPad when I was literally 7 years old. The first thing I did was make a bunch of YouTube videos that obviously no one watched and that I deleted because no one watched them after one day. But I always had told myself I wanted to do YouTube, and I just never did because I also then told myself it was never the right time, truthfully, because I'm scared of judgment. And I don't know, I was just always too scared to do it. And I don't know, that's so annoying. And I'm just a girl, so please don't get mad at me for that. It's very annoying that I never did this because I'm so scared of other people judging me, because it's something I've wanted to do my entire life. And I told myself I would be at least pursuing it slightly by now. So I'm just going to start it. I'm going to start doing it. I've recently been going through a little bit of a crisis, doing some reflecting, and I just want to scratch that itch that is YouTube for me in a creative way, and I'm just going to do it. So here I am. Alrighty. Now that we are decently somewhat into the video, I hope that I have your attention because things probably haven't been going well. Not really sure where we're at on that level of bad to perfect. Probably not super high. But even though that's where we're at. I'm gonna info dump super quick just to give y'all a warning and some info on what this channel is gonna be like before you get disappointed. So, basically, unfortunately, I did just edge you because I don't know what this channel is gonna be like, except that it's gonna be very random. And I don't think it's gonna, I don't know, it won't be like any other YouTuber channel that I have personally come across this thus far in my life. But yeah, I think we're gonna be doing a lot of different things. What I feel is like some cinematic vibes, you know. I like a cinematic shot. I love photography. A little bit of that vibe. Some yapping, of course, as we've been doing this entire video. So some more yapping. Probably a lot of that, unfortunately. But it won't be just about stupid stuff, I promise. I do have deep thoughts. I have a lot of existential thoughts, which I'd love to share. And TikTok has also shown me I've never had an original experience in my life. So I'd love to share my experiences with y'all so that we can all bond. Yeah. The other part of the channel is just going to be whatever else pops into my mind. I'm trying to exercise the right side of my brain more in my older years. Yeah, so this is going to be basically my creative outlet. Never had a creative outlet, like a serious one, before because I've always been focused on sports and school, and I've never really focused on that creative side of me that has just always been dormant and itching to get out. So she's out. Cat's out of the freaking bag, guys. Put the fries in the bag. Don't put the fries in the bag. Cat's out of the bag. We're here. This is just going to be the place where my thoughts go to be out there. And unfortunately, I chronically overshare, which is not always good. However, I'm just going to keep doing it because it's who I am. So here we are. It's going to be a lot of oversharing, a lot of random things. You're never going to know what's coming next, but you're going to love it. You are going to love it. I promise. I think. You might not love it. Oh, hi, green dot on my face. We're going to try things out. We're going to experiment. We're going to be creative. So, yeah, these people are watching me. Hi. I want to die. All right. Are you guys bored? You might be bored. And if that's the case, I'm genuinely so sorry because I swear I'm trying to make the perfect first YouTube video. But I fear that is dependent on you. So, in an attempt to salvage the end of this video and recapture you and get you locked into whatever it is I'm doing here, I'm gonna share some delicate information with you, being my main interests in life. Here we go. I'm gonna start listing them and see if you resonate with any of them. See if you can relate. And if not, anyways, I'm just gonna start listing them. So number 1, I am obsessed with music. Music, I think, is and has always been one of the main things in my life keeping me going. I listen to music. I'm always thinking about music. I'm always thinking about what's the next artist I'm going to go see in concert. I've seen over 30 artists in concert. I'm always thinking about music. I practice guitar. I'm not super great at it. I practice singing. Also, very average at that. Say the words that you cannot find reaching. I'm not going to say I'm horrible. I'm not a horrible singer. I've got confidence, but I'm not great. And that's okay. I'm working on it. I'm I'm wanting to re-enter a new musical journey where I am creating music instead of listening and analyzing and finding. You know what I mean? Anyways, yeah. Next interest of mine is I'm a chronic rewatcher of the same movies and TV shows, so all I can say is if you've ever seen the movie Mamma Mia, that is me, I am that. That is my entire personality or what I am based off of, I fear. I've been obsessed with that movie since it came out in 2008 when I was 4. So sit with that for a second. I literally know the whole script of that movie. I could tell you the first scene. I know like the opening scene is literally Sophie singing I have a dream in with the boat rowing in at night and she's going to mail the letters to the men. Like anyways, I'm straying from my point here. My point being if you if you're struggling to figure out who I am, that is the biggest obsession I have in my life. So if you know anything about that movie or like that movie, you can assume we're one and the same basically. I also am a chronic rewatcher of the same TV shows, being New Girl and Glee. Don't tell me. I'm sorry, I keep mentioning it, but I guess it's a big part of my life. And I also really like to rewatch that movie, Captain America the Winter Soldier, because my husband's in that movie. You guys don't know him. Um, Same as Bucky Barnes, that's my husband. We got married years ago. Yeah, all right, let's move on to my next interest. Yeah, my next interest is the earth, is nature. I'm an environmental science major because I grew up around the beach. I love water. God, I love water. I don't know how to explain that love to people, but I just love water. I just love to look at it. I just love the concept. I love what's in the water. I love water. I love the earth. I love to listen to the sounds of nature. I just I love that. So, it's a big part of me. I go on a lot of hikes. I frolic a lot, or I want to frolic more, actually. So I think we might be getting some content of some frolicking. If you're into that, not really sure. But yeah, let's move on. Next interest of mine is theater. I'm not going to go on this for too long because I know this can be a turn off topic for some people because there's some theater haters, but if you're not a theater hater, I'll talk for 1 second about it. I've recently entered my theater era. I think Wicked really threw me into that, but it was a long time coming based on the things you have just learned about me. I think it's not super off the cuff for me to be obsessed with theater. So I'm entering that arc in my life. It actually is, the interest in theater is actually changing my whole perception on my personal life and honestly, like my goals in life. So yeah, more on that later. We're going to move on from that as well. Next, I am a big sports girly. I grew up playing sports my whole life. I still play competitive softball. Obviously, not the D1 team, or I probably would have mentioned that already. But that was my biggest dream growing up. But here we are. Everything happens for a reason. And I still play softball. I love it. It's still a huge part of my life. I love to play sports. I'm not a big sports watcher, except for hockey. Unfortunately, I am an Islanders fan. I know it's really tragic. That's okay. Yeah, I love to play sports. I am a little competitive when it comes to sports, but love doing athletic things. I also go to the gym. I like to lift. It's also a big part of my life. I'll probably share that with y'all as well. Yeah. Lastly, I think the main interest that I want to mention is that I'm a big reader. I'm currently not really reading a book because I've been very, 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 very busy with school. But I am definitely in the same era as everybody else who's a teenage girl right now, which is fantasy books. So yeah, I'll definitely be talking about that. Yeah, books are awesome. I'm also very interested in history, and I probably won't talk about that as much, but it is something I want to learn more about. I used to be really good in history class in school, and for some reason, I think I have dementia. I swear I'm forgetting everything that's ever happened in my life, and I'm forgetting every important fact that I've ever learned. So I do need to start locking in and remembering things. So we'll be on that journey together as well, I guess. Um, yeah. Oh man. This was probably a horrible last attempt at salvaging this video, as I have been talking for about 7 minutes straight about things that you probably couldn't care less about. So I'm really sorry about that. But it's a good thing I'm about to leave. I'm about to leave. The video's about to end, so you don't have to leave first, because I'm gonna leave first. All right. That's all I got for you. I've told you almost too much about myself now, which is very fearful because I'm being perceived, but that's what we're here for. Here to share with y'all and make cool videos. So if you hated this and you don't like me, that is really okay. It's good to know what you don't like sometimes. But if you liked anything in this video, I hope that maybe you'll come back. You don't have to like and subscribe if you don't want to, obviously. But just think about me before you go to sleep tonight. And, maybe you'll stop thinking, yeah, I will go back. You know? Okay. Well, thanks for being here. I'm sorry if I messed up. This could have been really bad. I haven't edited it yet. So, if it was really bad, I'm so sorry. Bye.